ਅੱਜ ਦਾ ਸਾਡਾ ਟੌਪਿਕ ਹੋਏਗਾ ਗੁਰਬਾਣੀ ਗ੍ਰਾਮਰ ਪਾਰਟ 3 tenses past present and future. We'll learn how the Gurbani text uses the tenses to explain the meanings, and let's try to recap what we have done before. We did we started, our first topic was Gurbani grammar part 1, singular and plural nouns. And we learned that in Gurbani writings, the onkar is used with the last letter of a word for the following purposes: to indicate singular nouns like Var, Mah, Jag, Pacha. They all have an onkar on the last alphabet. They just indicate singular. And the singular doesn't only mean singular, the singular also means one out of the Maya. So that's how Gurbani is written, because it's Brahmagyan. Then second is to indicate a masculine noun. Gurmukh, Manmukh, Nirmal, Pacha. They are also singular and at the same time masculine. So onkar is used for generally these two purposes. Then there are cases where the onkar is not there. So what are the reasons for it? The first reason is in case of plural nouns like Raha, Sant, Santan, Sad, there is no onkar. There is a mukta there. So this is an indication that how to make plural nouns. One way is when you take the onkar off, then it becomes a plural noun. Then there are also some feminine nouns who doesn't have a onkar. So that's to be kept in mind. Then with the prepositions, implicit or explicit, there is a case of explicit da, de, ki, ka. When this word is in front, then the onkar also is no more there. Then in case of vocative case, there are about 8 cases. Then Nanak, Prabhupada, they are singular, but they don't contain an onkar because of the rules. In the first part of the compound words like Ram Nam, there is no onkar on Ram because Ram Nam is a compound word. Same way Vahguru is also a compound word. In this case, there is no visible onkar there on Haha. Then Ram Nam Har Kirat Gai Kar Chanan Mag Dikhaya. This is an example of an implicit case in that Ram Nam has got an implicit proposition in it. Ram Nam Di Hari Kirti Gai. And it's not written there, but it's I assume that's how you will be able to find the correct meaning. But in case of explicit prepositions, it's very visible. Mat vich ratan jawahar manak je ek gur ki sikhya suni. So gur ki aa gaya, that's why the gur has no onkar. In Ram Nam, Ram da Nam. So there's a the hidden between Ram and Nam. So this is an implicit case and there's an explicit case. So in such cases, the onkar is not available, has been taken off. Then we started that there is another way why onkar was used in Gurbani to look at it. So onkar as a pause indication. Originally, we only had a continuous writing, like what we call them Judme Akkar. And if someone put us through reading those, we can't even make out what the whole text is. But there are ways when how people used to read it. So onkar is used in the case of where the new word starts and the last one has finished. So all this Pankti on Panna 64 shows that Allah has got an onkar. The word has to terminate there. The next word starts, alak has to terminate there. So Agam Kadar, same way Siharis were also used in a similar way. That's how it was made easy. Well, this was one of the aspects of Onkar. And that's how Padshes have been done. But this rule doesn't apply every time. You have to be careful that the word is a proper word which finishes an Onkar. And sometimes the Onkar could be in the center. So then we can't. Like they had Lakh Karori Bandana Pare or Lakh Karori Bandan Pare. There's a bit of a conflict there. What should be a right Pad shade? Then we did next time part 2, that was masculine and feminine nouns. We know that Mukta is one of the, it doesn't have any sign, but Mukta in itself shows there is a matra, and it's an indication to put over the idea that these are feminine nouns, like Dehe, Tan, Mahal, Save, K, they're all feminine nouns. And they don't have an onkar, they have just a mukta ending. And also, a lot of nouns are feminine because there is a sihari on the end. But sihari is also used as a proposition, so we shouldn't be confused that why the sihari is there. So in the first one as a proposition, they have all siharis, but they are not nouns. But in the second case, Rain, Prabhati, Malini, Banjarini, Kamini, they are all having a sihari, just to indicate that they are feminine nouns. There are rules for siharis, why it's used with the last. We have already done the first one because it's used as a proposition. That word, who is a proposition, will always have a sihari. Then the feminine nouns will have a sihari. Also, there are cases where masculine noun cases, like Nanak with a sihari, it's indicating Nanak ne. The whole purpose of sihari is there. A case of a K is a, because of the case, there are 8 cases and only used either through sihari or onkar. Those cases work through those 2 matras as well. So those who are specialists in reading these cases, like Nanak comes with a sihari, Nanak comes with an onkar, Nanak comes with mukta. It's all because it's a nominative case here in this case. Then same way onkar. Onkar is with the sihari, doesn't make it a feminine, but it says case is made it onkar ton. Onkar is still masculine word there. Kat is hirdevich with the sihari. And then in case of past perfect participle, saj, saj ke, because the meaning is ke or ne with the sihari, with the noun. Then for definite numbers, we always use sihari. 3, 4, 5, 68. And we also did that when the thal which 3 vastu payo, that was not 3 vastu payo. That 3 is actually a pronoun. But we didn't understood because we thought 3 means 3. 3, we have to write 3. And Nanna has a sihari on it. Same way the word ik should be written as for 1 using this rule. But ik as such will read kai, some. So that's why it's not written ik onkar. He has to particularly write a numeral over there just to prove that's just to indicate it's an absolute 1. So now let's start today's topic, Gurbani grammar part 3. Because time is a continuous thing. It keeps on going. So what is now present can become a past. And what was before that a future became a present, and then it becomes a past. In Gurmukhi we say Bhutkal, Vartaman Kal te Bhavikhat Kal. These are the 3 words we use for past, present, and future. Now, what is a verb tense? Time is a concept which is related to our perception of reality. There are three times: past, present, and future. And tense is a grammatical category which is marked by a verb inflection and expresses when an event or action happens in the flow of time, whether it's happening now or it has already happened or it will happen. So these are the three scenarios in Maya. This is also called three guns. It also comes as one part of the three gun, past, present, future. Then in simple words, we can put it like that time is an event occurs in the real world, past, present, and future, and tense is nothing, the form of the verb which indicates the time. So in short, you can say tense is equal to time plus verb. A verb will have something on it to indicate the time. Its forms will change and we'll see how it does work. Let's take an example here from within the text. Kita is a word which is used for past tense. Thapya na jaye, kita na hoi. So the word here is in the end is hoi. If we read it hoi, we'll see in future what damage we can cause. Kita pasao, ekok vau. There's also a hassle in the padshade of this. We can do it as kita pasao, ekok vau, but kavau is not a word in Gurbani. There is a kuau word which Faridji has used, but kavau means bad air because ka makes it negative. And we all know the next pankti is tiste hoi lakh taryao. So the water has been formed from the two gases. So it has to be for a vow. So the one each single vow started interacting with each other, and then they formed water. So the right padshade will be Kita Pasao Ekok from where the water Sachete Pavna Paya Pavanete Jal Hoy. So the Pavna is Vau. Then we have Kare, Jeko Kahe Kare Vichar if he's doing it in the present. Then Nanak Shabd Pishaniye Hum Mein Kare Na Koi. So if someone understands the depth of the Updesh from Gurbani, Shabdi Pachaniye, then he will lose his home. Then Kareg is a word. So it is used as, so we have used three. Kita, the word is ka is used with different shape forms. Kita is past tense, kara is same using the ka word main, and the inflections are changing. And then we have kareg, which is a jitcher, which dama hai, titcher na chetai ke kareg agge jai. That's telling that if you're not doing it now, what is going to happen in the future? Sacha so sahib, sacha tabava, sachra nyao, kareg masolla. This is also indicating a future tense. Now, let's go. In English, we have 6 different types of the 3, and then the 3 become 6. Because the first person, second person, and third person, then they will have first person plural, second person plural, third person plural. At the same time, they will also have masculine and feminine. But let's see how our system works. In Gurumukhi, we have all this. You see, we have past, present, future, which is Pootkal, Vartman Kal, Bhavikhat Kal. Then we have first person, second person, third person, which is indicated by Uttam Purukh, Madhyam Purukh, and Anpurukh. Then we have masculine, feminine, Pulling and Striling. And last we have singular and plural. So if we're reading in Pootkal, Uttam Purukh, we say Main Kita, I have done it. Then Asi Kita is Bahuvachan. Main to Asi ho gaya, they have done it. Then in Madhyam Purukh will be Tu Kita, because I'm addressing someone else. And Tusi Kita. And in third person, The same action is usne kita, unhone kita. So the word kita has got the same form, but there is some sort of word in front which tells what sort of action is happening, in which form it is, and is it singular or plural. So same way in present tense we say first person मैं करदा हां, second person तू करदा हां, and third person ਉਹ ਕਰਦਾ है. Then in the plural form it becomes ਅਸੀਂ ਕਰਦੇ ਹਾਂ, ਤੁਸੀਂ ਕਰਦੇ ਹੋ, ਉਹ ਕਰਦੇ ਹਨ. And in Striling we'll say मैं करदी हां, तू करदी है, ਉਹ करदी है. So the tense, the verb changes from karda to kardi. Then same way ਅਸੀਂ ਕਰਦੀਆਂ ਹਾਂ, ਤੁਸੀਂ ਕਰਦੀਆਂ ਹੋ, ਉਹ ਕਰਦੀਆਂ ਹਨ. That becomes its plural. So that's how we look at the second one on the right. This is Gurbani. Kara, karo, karo, kare, kard, hon, karsa. This is in the one singular and also first person. Then in the second person, kare, karehi, karse. And most of them are to be now pronounced with the sihari. And Annapurka kare, kare, kareg, karega, karsi. So these are the different words or different inflections which are put on the noun, which actually was a kara, the verb, and it's changing its form. So being a poetry, Gurbani, it's not easy to understand or put them in one sort of classification. And there are some general rules, but then there are also words which only sometimes comes once. So we have to be careful how we judge a particular tense of a verb. This is Professor Sahib Singh's research that this is for a future tense. Jasi, Chuttas, Taig, Jaiga, Jaigo, Karhe, Siddhai. This is one person, and then Pausan, Chalsen is in the plural. Same way in the second person, Hoven, Jasen, Udarsen, Pashtaven, Ho. And in the it is plural is Pavo. So in the first person, Sevsa, Lehon, Karyon, Suaun, Go, Sutavon, Go, and Karsan. These are the different ways how the verbs have been classified in Gurbani. Then also, you're trying to put here one singular and plural. Koi bole Ram Ram means someone says, if there are more, so sab hai bolne, it will be plural. Challa and chalna hai. Gaave and gaave hai. This is how they have to be in singular and plural. In the singular, they are the lamas. So if there's a la like pave, then its plural become pave. Same way in Uttam Purak, in the first person, these things have to be pronounced with the bindi. Dekha, jiva, jaun, khaun, kari, simri. And in plural sense, they're dekhe, jiva, jahe, khahe, kare, simre. And in second person, dehe is with a sihari and they with an ankar. Then kari, kar, karhe. So this is how their forms will change from singular to plural. Now let's do some simple verbs. They are all some forms of verbs and they are all written with sehari. In the beginning, you see first few of them. So jap means, as they say, recite. That's their meaning. That's why there has been a hassle. Jap doesn't mean recite. Jap means to understand. So suni is right, to listen, and man is to accept. They're all with nouns. They're all with siharis, and the nouns are also there. When there's a jap, it's just as a noun, but with a sihari it becomes in the to understand. That was understand and jap to sihari. Suni to listen. Same way, nae and gave is just for singular. He sings. Gave becomes they sing. Dekha, he's watching. Dekha, they are watching. So there is a clear change in the inflection there. These are some of the verbs written in Punjabi, which we normally, modern Punjabi, what we call. But here there is no use of any, they don't use any last vowel on things. But when we'll see in Gurbani, all words are changed. Like ut has become oot. Bat has become with a sihari. These are all Gurbani spellings. Dekh, likh, bol, they are always sihari, kari. Because if we don't put a sihari, the kar becomes a hand. But in Punjabi, we just, doesn't matter. We write without and we still say it's do. There are three forms of dar here. Then means in Punjabi, mere paas come to me. Here means someone because of the language. Ja there means to go, and in Gurumukhi will mean jahu, ja karan, to bangde. Then pa in Gurbani is generally for feet, but their pa is just to put something. They, le, pao, they are similar. So there are some similarities, but there are also some differences. And between the modern Punjabi and Gurumukhi. So if someone has learned a modern Punjabi, he won't be really able to understand why these are extra vowels attached to all these last letters, especially the last consonant. All right. Let's start with some examples on present tense, present, future, and past tense. There is a way in Gurbani that we add a suffix to either a noun, pronoun, or an adjective from a verb, and we make it as a tense. One of the, like in the present tense, in Sukhmani they say Tanvanta hoy kya garbhave. So garbhave has become a present tense. And you will see in whenever we read Sukhmani, there is a lot of Bani in this present tense. But people don't read it like that. They mostly miss the lama, they just put it lama there. Garbhave. It's not garbhave, it's garbhave. And that this is an indication of present tense. So trin saman krishna sangina jave, not jave. Jave will be past tense. So we have to show that this is being indicated purely to mention the present tense. So when we read, we have to be very particular that we do need that matra and we need to pronounce it. Then we have past tense. Is Jaisa Satgur Sunida, from Suni they have added another suffix to make it a past tense. Taiso he me did. So I have heard about him in the past, and now presently I have done the darshan, I have observed him. Then Hari Gun Gai Mera Man Sitalaya. When I started singing the Hari Gun, that my mind started to cool down. So then we'll have an example of future tense here. Past tense. Sog hark mein deh birdani sakar evi kart bihani. So just the bihari with the noun has, because the word is bird and they have added to keep the rhyme going and added a nanna with the bihari and has made it as a past tense. That sog hark mein de birdani, that the whole life has gone either in happiness or sorrowness. Sakar evi kart bihani. This is how the Sakar lives their lives. Ram Rasayan e man rata. How? Why? Amrit bhi triptai. First action was that the buddhi became triptai. The the action of Amrit is done on a buddhi. But we don't understand that. Normally we say Pahul is an Amrit. Pahul goes into the stomach, not into the Hirda. So when the wisdom accepts that Gyan, that becomes Amrita Pi. That's why we call them Amrita Tari. For this very reason that the wisdom has become Amrita Tari. The person is still the same. He's not Amrita Tara because Amrit is to drink Pi. And the action is that Triptai. And that's what we call an Amritari, that he's completely left the Maya in theory, but practically we all know it hasn't happened because the Gurbani's action is not taking place yet. Then we go to the future tense, Deh Naam Santokhiya. So from Santokh, they have made the word Santokhiya as a suffix, Utre Man Ki Pukh. So he's asking for it, hasn't got it, so it's a future tense. Sahib Sankat was Sevak Pajay. If the Sahib put some sort of trouble on his Bhagat or Sevak, and the Sevak runs away, Chirankal na jive do kul lajay. This is Namdev's Shabad, that if you are attached to the Lord, He will test you. And you just have to stand your ground, no need to run. What will happen if you run? Chirankal na jiva, you're not going to live for millions of years. You still will have the same life. But you will have to live it with a bit of a shame that you didn't pass the test. So they are all future tense examples. There are some commanding words in Gurbani. And they are Deho, that you must do this. Leho, you must take this. Chodo, must leave this. Japo, we always say them with the Uda sound, but written because of the commanding. Japo to iko nama, you must only understand the one name. Suno. Anand suno bad I'm telling you, commanding that you should listen to this. So all these are verbs. They are known as commanding verbs. So now I'm slowly coming to the matras, how the matras are helping on the last letters to show us the different forms of the tenses. So these are all commanding verbs. Then we can start with the Kanna, the first matra. So Kanna is a vertical line, we all know. It shows different tenses as well. In the present tense, it says Akha, main akhna. Jiva, main ji raha, main dekha. So in the future tense, the same Kanna will be used like save sa, mail sa, dekh sa. So this is to indicate the two different tenses. The basic word is same, but then how do we add a Kanna in the end to give it a different form of the tense? And also there are some words from Marathi because of Namdev ji, and they have Kanna in the end as well. Aila means he arrived. Bandala, this is mostly from one of his shabad. Kopila, Chutala, Kutala. All these are past tense. जैसे गाय का बच्चा छूटला, थन चोखता माखन कूटला. He's explaining a past action. These words are from Marathi, but they are in the past tense. Now let's see how Sihari is helping us to make different tenses. So Sihari is normally used for a plural verb, and all those verbs which has a Sihari with an H or haha are indicative of a present tense, plural. So they must be pronounced with a bindi, like pavahe, pavahe, rahe, kamahe, jahe, because they are for more than one person, and normally comes around the 26th padi of Japji as well. So they have to be pronounced with the bindi to get the real essence. Then we have Sihari is also used to pluralize verbs, and like gavan, Not one, a lot of people are singing. Likh janan, wine chele, not chela. So Sihari is used there with the nanna to indicate the plural. Nachan gur is gur also plural there. Pair lion, fair and sir. On this, the word jinn, salahin se mare, khap jave, sab apvad. Jinn is used as a plural pronoun with the salahini se mare. Whosoever, because salahini is plural verb, then the word jinn also has to come, a pronoun has to come in the plural form. Se is plural, mare. So they're all, the whole sentence is, whole pankti is for plural. Then Hari Chodne, say Durjana. So there he has used the word Durjana. Durjana is also from Durjan. It has become Durjana. Pradhan Dojak Rasool, they all will ultimately, it's not reading, they will die, they will go into the Dojak. Is also Padha, which is with a little haha, that is to read, but Padha la matlab, they are all going into the Dojak. Then we have Bihari. Bihari is also used smartly in all these Gurbani writings to indicate different forms of our verbs. Bihari is like a double E sound. It's a flipped form of Sihari. And let's see for what all purposes we use it. So the verbs ending with the nanna and having a Bihari are plural. Nanak Guru na Chetani. Man apne suchet. So Chetani is a word that dates for plural. A lot of Sangat or whosoever, people haven't done that. Same with the verbs like Japani, Paini, Tavani. They're all having a Bihari and they're all the cases of plural verbs. And as a present tense, we use it Mund Mundaiya, Jegur Paiye, Hamgur Kini, Gangata. So this is an indication, say, someone, after someone's death, the people normally go for clean shaving head. They say you found the Gyan. So they normally do it on the banks of the Ganges River. So Bhagat Ji is saying that we don't need to go to Ganges. The Guru is within us. Our Ganga is within us. So Kini is a present tense. Same kat suni. Shravan Bhakhani. When we hear the Shabad Guru in the Hirda, then you have to explain it further. Gurbani is the same. It was heard in the kat through the Shravans and then was explained later in the form of the letters. What are we reading now? So they are all the forms of present tense. Now we'll deal with the past tense. It's all Bihari working here. Jinn is singular. Srishta Saji. Soi jana. This is a past tense because the action has already happened. Siddh homa, siddh lai, rid akha, ao. If I was a siddh and I do this action as past tense, and for future tense we have the first shlok. Aad sach, jugad sach is past. Hai pi sach is present tense. And Nanak hoshi pi sach. So hai has changed to hoshi to make it a future tense. Hai is present tense. Jyotis bhave soi karsi hukam na karna jai. This is also for future indication, but the word is jai. Next we go to la. We have the la and the la. The past, present, future tenses can be very clearly shown by using a la. Some examples are there. Kar kar thakke bade badere. They have already done it. Ditthe sabbe thao nahi tud jeheya. And Nanak tajiyale avar janjal, that I've already left all those janjals. Then in a present tense, Sache naal tera gand lage gurmukh sada samale. This is in the present stage. So kare je tisse rajaye. He is doing whatever is in his. Otherwise, future tense will be karega. So kare is present tense. What is happening within the order. Kahe Nanak jisde pyare soi jan pavai. Those we have obtained now, it's also an indication for us. That's it, sir. A present tense using the law. Now we'll have some examples like kari kirpa jin naam laaye se har har sada tyave. So both of them are plural. So this la has been used here. The haha is on the top is also for plural, and la is also being used with the haha or with the la to indicate a plural case. Anto no paya kine tera apna aap tu jaan hai. So here it's a second person and a singular. This is indicated to Puran Brahm. And then in future tense, jistu tutta so to the tyai. So this is in the future tense that this is a reward you get. If I am doing some action and he is happy with my action, then I'll be doing this in the future. Jisnu nazar kare so tyai. They will just be doing their action. Satguru ki seva so kare. Only those people can do the seva. Jum bin se hum mein taap. So this is a present action. Firstly, you can't do a seva without home, with home in you. We have to get the home first. Then only Satguru ki seva starts. There is no other seva considered Gurbani, only Satguru ki seva. But to do that, we need to get rid of the home, which is nothing but the fever within us. Dulama are also used, which I have before indicated that we have to be very particular, even starting from the first page. Kiv sachara hoi hai, kiv kood hai, tutta pal. I haven't seen people reading until they are trained from somewhere. We normally read kiv sachara hoi hai, kiv kood hai, tutta pal, which is missing all the dalamas. So it's quite important for us. Je ko kahe, karai vichar. They are all showing a present continuous tense and they need to be pronounced. Manna, tarai. The second one is tari. So we have to clearly, and there is a word gur and sikh. Gur sikh is not a compound word here. You can't read manna, tare, tare, gur sikh. Manna, tarai, tare, gur sikh. Because gur has accepted it. Gur is already in the state of floating. He's tare. Tare. And tare. Sikh listen to him, then the Sikh also attain the same stage. Sat santokh daya kamave ekarani sar. So these are all the verbs using our present continuous state with the dalama. That's the most common form you will find. Jit rasna uchare hari hari. Jitte jaye bahe. This I particularly picked up because if you go to Darbar Sahib, they sing this every day. I haven't seen anyone saying bahe. They're all bahe. And this is bahe means he has already been sitting there. Bahe means if he sits there in this state. Bahe becomes past tense. Bahe is a present continuous tense. So than suhava ram raji. So these are some of the things which we have to keep in mind. And this very important part we just see in Japaji. That's why I was saying to use hoi. These are very similar words. Hoi is used for past tense and hoi is used for future tense. But normally we read both as hoi hoi, which doesn't make sense because the Sihari Matra can't be pronounced like ilna. Has to be a difference. Everyone should understand that these two, because we all have different vocal cords, hoi with a la is different to hoi with a sehari. And there is a vast difference. tiste hoye lakh daryao, which means past tense, already has happened. The word hoye has been used only once in Japji, Pauri 16, and that is tiste hoye lakh daryao, whereas the word hoy is used 16 times. Jai jug chare arja hor de suni hoy ho jaye. So that's a future tense. But if we both read hoy, then we are grammatically creating a blunder. We have to understand that Gurbani was written with all these very, very minute points, which we need to stick to because they make a big difference when you want to understand the translations. Now there's another case like the ehe. See how many different forms of this word comes. Ehe with the la and the sehari, and they are masculine singular. But when a and a are coming with the mukta, they are feminine. And when a sehari and both e and la, then they are case of plural. And this rule is being followed very strictly in the whole of the Gurbani writing. Now let's see a case of Shabad, which I think you will understand now that why I have to do all this. The Pankti is on, this is a shlok by Guru Nanak Sahib in the Var, Ramkali ki Var. Rove Ram Nikala Bhaya. So I have to specially indicate that the Rove Shabad is a indicator of a present continuous tense. But whosoever has picked up the translation, they have all done it in past tense. So it is, you can read it from just Ishar Macromedia, all these translations are there. Manmohan Singh said Rama wept when he was exiled. So he's talking past tense. And then we say Faridkot, जब रामचंद्र नु देश निकाला मिलिया तो उसने रुदन कीता. So they are all talking about the past tense. जब राम जी शहर अयोध्या के बन से निकाले भया फरीदकोट, then Professor Sahib Singh, जब राम जी नु देश निकाला मिलिया सीता लक्ष्मण बिछड़े तो राम जी भी रोए. So that if you use the tense, then you can't say roe. You will say he's still crying. Ram hun bhi ro raha hai. So if you make Ram hun bhi ro raha hai, it becomes a Nirakari Ram, the one within us. But if we just say roe, then there should be rove. It shouldn't be a word rove. It should be roe ho sakta, but not the word rove. Rove will certainly indicate that it is a present continuous tense. And the whole Shabad runs it on present continuous tense, and most of it has been done in the. And then they say that they have been using grammar. So the grammar has to be used with a lot of caution. Not that if you have heard a Hindu story from somewhere and then you are sacrificing the grammar, you think there was only one Ram. That is a Tumra Ram, the one they are trying to describe here. There is another Ram, Hamara Ram. So we have to be very careful when we use these things. And it's only here he has done this. So I have to write all these things. Gurmat da Ram Chetan hai, koi murti nahi. वो साढ़े हृदय रूपी घट विच मौजूद है. He's still there. हुण भी रो रहा है. He's still in the same state, because until the man buddhi go and meets him, he's roya means he's not crying, he's repenting. अतः उसने अपनी निराकारी अंश सीता ते लक्ष्मण नाल कूड़ दी कंध पाई हुई है. Until that breaks, the state continues. Now we'll see how this is all Sahib Singh's translations. He knows it. What does word rove means? He says, Hukum na jane in one of the Shabad. Hota rove, he has done the pad arth rove, kalpada hai. Na ke kalpya si. Then Gur pura jis petya mar janam na rove. Jis manukh nu pura guru mil janda hai. वो ना जन्म मरण दे गेड़ विच पैंदा ते ना ही दुखी हुंदा है. So he's talking in present tense. But there I don't know why he did it. He didn't kept in mind the tense of the word rove. And he also used the word guru for gur. Guru is different to gur. Rove Ram Nikala Bhaya is same. Jado Ram Ji nu desh Nikala Milya, Sita Lakshman, Ram Ji bhi roe. So with that, I think we'll come to the end of today's presentation. So it's a quite a dense topic, and to do a justification with this, it takes a lot of time. I tried to do whatever best I could. Try to basically use suffixes and also the categories of matras to show how the verbs can be used, how the verbs have been used in Gurbani. So we can ask some now. Time for question and answer session.
हाँ जी, थैंक यू वीर जी। हाँ जी, हरप्रीत वीर जी। हाँ जी, हरप्रीत वीर जी, any questions or observations?
नहीं मेरी, it's very good. काफी डिटेल च वीर जी ने कवर किया आज. It's really good.
You want to add anything on top of it or?
नहीं, it's really good. काफी डिटेल सीगा.
ठीक. हाँ जी, इंद्रजीत वीर जी। हाँ जी, इंद्रजीत वीर जी। हाँ जी, दिलमोहन वीर जी।
हाँ जी, वीर जी ने कुछ ऐड नहीं करना जी. थैंक यू वेरी मच. काफ़ी वास्ट टॉपिक हैगा ਉਹਨਾਂ ਕਿ ਦਿਸ ਇਜ਼ ਅ ਗੁੱਡ ਸਟਾਰਟ. ਥੈਂਕ ਯੂ ਗੁਰਜੀਤ ਵੀਰ ਜੀ. ਪਰ ਹੈ ਨਾ ਮੈਨੂੰ ਲੱਗਦਾ ਇਹ ਇੰਡੀਵਿਜੂਅਲ ਲੈਵਲ ਤੇ ਬਹੁਤ ਮਿਹਨਤ ਕਰਨ ਦੀ ਲੋੜ ਹੈ ਸਾਨੂੰ. ਥੈਂਕ ਯੂ ਜੀ.
हाँ जी,
It's not easy to categorize it. It's pretty hard how you categorize and put it in a very concise form.
हाँ जी बिल्कुल.
हाँ जी, गुरदीप अंकल.
जी, सत श्री अकाल जी. It was very interesting. I regret that I missed the previous 2 times. But I have a little question. Not this vast. Everything is very perfect. ਇੱਕ ਤੇ ਇਹਨਾਂ ਨੇ ਕਿਹਾ ਸੀਗਾ 3 ਗੁਣ past, present and future. There I have a little question. ਉਹ 3 ਗੁਣ ਮੇਰੇ ਸਾਹਮਣੇ 7 ਗੁਣ ਰਾਜਗੁਣ ਤਮਗੁਣ. But maybe he knows much more better than me actually. He does. ਇੱਕ ਉਹਨਾਂ ਨੇ ਕਿਹਾ ਜਿੱਥੇ question ਹੈਗਾ 2 ਕਰ ਜੋਰ ਕरूं or karo ardas. If you put a bindi, then it becomes your tense change ho janda hai. Karo dujja nu kiha ja reha, je karo ta apne aap nu hega. So ਇਹ 2-3 point ne chote je. I know he can well explain on this. Hanji Veer ji.
Hanji Uncle ji, there are a lot of triads. You can say these are triads going in Maya. Past, present, future is one triad. Then yesterday, today, tomorrow is another triad. Because when something happens in Maya, it normally happens as a triad.
Okay.
So that's why I'm saying this is one of the guns, as you say, Rajotama, Sato, Adi, Vyadi, Upadhi.
Yeah, that's true.
If you count them, they are, I think, about 40 of them like this. Okay. But they will always be triplets or triads. This is an indication that these things are only in Maya. When Kabir ji also says, 15 thiti satwar, Kaho Kabir urvar na par. He says it's only this side of in the Pavsagar, but outside the Pavsagar, these things don't exist. So that was my indication. It's one of the virtues of the Maya, that we have to deal always with 3. So, Puthu Kelo, there are, it could be a lot of other ways to present the same triad. Okay. So it's only because of the Maya, we have to stick to the three tenses as well.
Okay, good. Because at one place in Guru Granth Sahib it says Rajgun, Tamgun, Satgun, it teri sab Maya. But I know you are explaining better because everything comes under Maya, past, present, future. Thank you for that. And my second question, which was that to see. We use word to see. I know you said it's become plural. Of course it does. Out of respect, we say somebody, we don't address tu, the tera, tuada. Tuada also become plural. And tera is a singular. So I don't know what is your explanation on this.
I took an example from a general modern Punjabi. वो
And
जरा
thank
सी
you.
कि just to indicate that in our normal language we use different words to indicate the different forms, whether it is singular, plural, masculine or feminine, or past, present, future.
Okay.
So I think there will be some sort of, because the local language which we speak is not grammatically correct. We use those expressions.
Yeah.
Like even I ask about 20 people, why you say, how are you? It's not even a complete sentence, but it's used. How are you doing is a complete sentence, because in how are you, the verb is missing. So every language, we sometimes use the expressions which are not actually grammatically correct, but it become a part of our feature.
Okay, good.
So, but when it's a standard language, then I think things will be slightly different if we go into the depth that why do we use these? It wasn't meant to be used, but you're right. Out of respect, we say "tusi karo,"
Yeah,
because
respect.
we say "tu" is for us is really "tu" is a crude word for in our
Yeah, they
language,
don't like. Yeah.
and
ਇਸੇ
our kids do that.
ਜਾਂ ਕਈ ਦਫਾ ਹੁਣ ਸੇ ਕਹਿ ਕੇ ਸਰੀ ਅਰਦਾਸ ਵਿੱਚ ਨਾ ਗੁਰੂ
ਹਾਂਜੀ
ਨਾਨਕ ਦੀ ਜਗ੍ਹਾ ਤੇ ਗੁਰੂ ਨਾਨਕ
ਹਾਂਜੀ
ਐਡ ਕਰ ਦਿੰਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ ਜ਼ਿਆਦਾ which I don't personally buy it but I know they saying out of respect but it's not mentioned the ਅਰਦਾਸ anyway my last question ਜਿਹੜਾ ਉਹ ਸੀਗਾ ਦੋਏ ਕਰ ਜੋਰ ਕਰੋ ਜਾਂ ਕਰੋ ਇਹ
ਉਹ ਤਾਂ
ਬਿਲਕੁਲ
ਦੇਖ ਲੈਣਾ I will find it out ਇਹਦੇ ਚੋਂ ਆਪਾਂ ਨੂੰ ਨਿਕਲ ਜਾਏਗਾ ਮੈਂ ਉਹਦੇ ਚੋਂ ਕੱਢ ਲੈਣਾ we'll
ਹਾਂਜੀ
have another program to
ਸੈਂਸ ਬਦਲ
discuss
ਜਾਂਦੀ
it
ਆ ਕਰੋ ਤਾਂ ਹੁੰਦਾ
ਹਾਂਜੀ
ਆਪਣੇ ਆਪ ਲਈ ਤੇ ਕਰੋ ਦੂਜਿਆਂ
ਹਾਂਜੀ
ਨੂੰ ਹਾਂਜੀ
I can just find it out from ਈਸ਼ਰ ਉਹਦੇ ਤੇ ਆ ਜਾਏਗਾ ਆਪਣਾ ਈਸ਼ਰ ਮਾਈਕਰੋਮੀਡੀਆ ਤੇ ਨਹੀਂ ਉਹਦੇ ਤੇ ਆਏਗਾ ਸ਼ਬਦ ਗੁਰੂ ਐਕਸਪਲੋਰਰ ਤੇ
ਵੈਸੇ ਉੱਥੇ ਕਰੋ ਬਿੰਦੀ ਨਹੀਂ
ਆਪਾਂ ਕੱਢ ਲੈਣਾ ਓਪਨ ਜੇ ਤਾਂ ਊੜਾ ਹੋਏਗਾ ਫਿਰ ਬਿੰਦੀ ਲੱਗੇਗੀ ਜੇ ਹਾ ਹੈ ਫਿਰ ਬਿੰਦੀ ਨਹੀਂ ਲੱਗੇਗੀ ਆਪਾਂ ਕਰ ਲੈਣੇ ਦੋਏ ਕਰ ਜੋੜ ਕਰੂੰ ਅਰਦਾਸ bring up ਆ ਦੇਖੋ
ਹਾਂਜੀ
ਕਰੀ ਇੱਕ ਤਾਂ ਹੁੰਦਾ ਦੋਏ ਕਰ ਜੋੜ ਕਰੀ ਅਰਦਾਸ
ਕਰੀ ਜਾਂ ਕਰੀ it makes a big
ਕਰੀ
difference
ਆਏਗਾ ਦੋਏ ਕਰ ਜੋੜ ਕਰੀ ਅਰਦਾਸ ਆਏਗਾ if you have to do it you have to join your man and chit not the hands not the left and right hands but the nirakari hand then ਕਰੀ ਅਰਦਾਸ ਦੋਏ ਕਰ ਜੋੜ ਕਰੋ ਅਰਦਾਸ ਵੀ ਆਉਂਦਾ I will do it this is ਸੂਹੀ ਮਹੱਲਾ ਪੰਜਵਾਂ last one was also ਸੂਹੀ ਮਹੱਲਾ no okay then we say ਦੋਏ ਕਰ ਜੋੜ ਕਰੋ ਅਰਦਾਸ then this more popular is ਦੋਏ ਕਰ ਜੋੜ ਕਰੋ ਅਰਦਾਸ this is ਭੈਰੋ ਮਹੱਲਾ ਪੰਜਵਾਂ
ਇਹ ਆਪਣੇ ਟੈਂਸ ਹੋ ਗਿਆ ਦੂਜੇ ਵਾਸਤੇ ਨਹੀਂ ਆਪਣੇ ਲਈ ਕਰ ਰਿਹਾ ਮੈਂ
so this is for us ਦੋਏ ਕਰ ਜੋੜ ਕਰੀ ਅਰਦਾਸ if you have to do it
this is for us
this is for us
very good thank you very much it made very much sense to me no I was only knew that karo no, you said there is kari is for others karo ਆਪਣੇ ਆਪ ਨੂੰ ਬੋਲ ਆਪਣੇ ਮਨ ਨੂੰ ਸੰਬੋਧਨ ਨਾਲ
ਜਿਵੇਂ ਉਹ ਕਹਿੰਦੇ ਆਨੰਦ ਸੁਣੋ
ਹਾਂਜੀ
ਲਿਖਿਆ ਨਾ ਇਟਸ देयर फॉर
ਅੱਛਾ ਹਾਂ ਕੇ ਬੁੜਾ ਸੁਣੋ
ਹਾਂ ਸੁਣੋ ਤਾਂ ਮੈਂ ਹੋਊਗਾ ਹਾਂ ਕਰਾਂ ਤੇ ਤੁਹਾਡੇ ਵਾਸਤੇ ਆਨੰਦ ਸੁਣੋ
ਉੱਥੇ ਹਾਂ ਤੇ
you commanding verb ਹੈ
ਆਨੰਦ ਸੁਣੋ ਬੜ ਭਾਗਿਓ that's interesting see we have been ignoring all this all our lifetime ਜਿੱਥੇ ਜਾਏ ਬਹਿ ਮੇਰਾ ਸਤਿਗੁਰੂ you are right never say ਬਹਿ makes a big difference thank you very much very interesting I'm so regret that I missed you is the next session also you're talking on this
no that's the last one then we start with the other but ਤੁਹਾਨੂੰ we'll send you the files for the first two
ਅੱਛਾ ਹੁਣ ਲਿਖੋ ਜੇਗਾ ਅੱਗੇ ਦੋਏ ਕਰ ਜੋੜ ਰਾੜੇ ਨੂੰ ਸਿਆਰੀ ਆ
ਜੋੜੀ
ਜੋੜੀ
the thing is it's a very important point now we have started let me clear we do the ardas without joding so ardas is not acceptable this is the first action until you have both of them together you can't do ardas but we have been doing this that's why I think our ardas no one listens primary condition is firstly doe kar jodi you have to do it and then you start ardas but we are not in that stage we are just at a very lower stage our hands are all over And then we started doing ardas. That's why people say, oh, Pakistan de Gurdwara nahi aunde, because the real theme of ardas is not being followed. Until it's like taking a prasad, until you join hands, the Granthi doesn't give you prasad. You have to put the hands together. Then only prasad comes in. So we should be very careful. There's another shabad kanne Paap Punna Doy Sakhi Paas. Let's see. Paap Punna Doy Sakhi Paas. That if you
that's the related है
Paap Punna, I think it should be the other one.
Sakhi pass.
Hanji. This is it. Kya muh le kiche ardas, and ardas will always be the sihari because it's a word coming from Arabic
Very good.
or Persian. Oh, he says, a very clear indication, Guru Nanak says, he says, why you started the ardas? Because ardas is like, doing masters after graduation. You haven't graduated yet. Why are you going to the next stage? Because this is the first thing. Paap pun doi sakhi paas. If you can do paap and pun, then you are bigger than the hukum. Then why are you doing ardas to the hukum? It means hukum is smaller. Either you leave this action, paap pun. If you can do paap pun, then you can override the hukum. But no one can override the hukum.
But this thing, but the question here a little bit, Papun, we are doing ardas to eradicate the Papun we already have done in the past. So ardas could work both way to eradicate our sins, the past sins, and to protect us in the future. I don't know, this is how I take
But
it.
you have to get rid of the theory of papun before you do the ardas. If we believe that the papun exists and I can do it, then I'm over the hukum. Then you don't do ardas to someone who is at a lower level. He's trying to indicate that you have put the hukum at a lower level by accepting pap and pun, and now you're doing an ardas. What's the reason for it?
Okay.
Until you understand Gurmat that there is no papun. It's a
Okay.
hukum everywhere. Then you do ardas. But we believe in a theory of papun that I can do something and I can override the hukum. That is totally self-contradictory. So
No, but
he's trying to indicate.
you're right here because Papun vichar de tatte sar na jani guru bajo tehi guri sansar bharam sutta sutya ran vyani. No, you are right there. But assi teh cheezain ignore hi kari baithe life che. You're just running.
This is the most crucial topic, Naji. Ki assi we never understood ki hukum ki hai. Mera hukum ki hai te universal hukum ki hai. Universal hukum is we can override anyone.
You are right. Universal hukum is haath jodne because I see in every religion, whether Christianity or Hinduism, Islam, they always haath jodde hai. That's the sign of kindness, nimrta, matlab, humbleness. When we jodde hai, is we are begging now. Either upar nu karke haath khol ke done. Thank you very much. It is very interesting.
ਪਰ ਉਹ ਕਹਿੰਦੇ ਸੀ ਕਰ ਜੋੜੋ ਤੁਸੀਂ ਗੁਰੂ
No,
ਨਾਨਕ
मैं
ਕਹਿੰਦੇ
समझ गया,
ਨਾ ਜੋੜੋ
मैं तो चलो सारे जोड़ दे वो तो बाइबल वगैरह जो देखे आप पिक्चर दी देखो हाथ जोड़ के मांग लिया
ਜੋੜ ਕੇ ਕਰਦੇ
वंडरफुल
bring your surat into the ਹਿਰਦਾ ਉਹ ਕਰ ਜੋੜਨੇ ਆ ਹਿਰਦੇ ਚ ਅਰਦਾਸ ਕਰੋ
I know slowly it will go there ਜਦੋਂ ਇਹ ਤਾਂ ਚੱਲਦੇ no I appreciate what you are contributing to very good thank you ji
ਓਕੇ ਜੀ
ਸਤਿ ਸ਼੍ਰੀ ਅਕਾਲ ਵਾਹਿਗੁਰੂ ਜੀ ਕਾ ਖਾਲਸਾ ਜੀ ਕੀ ਫਤਿਹ
ਖਾਲਸਾ
it's very interesting keep that spirit
I thank you जी हाँ जी सुरजीत वीर जी कुछ ऐड करोगे
हाँ जी वीर जी वाहिगुरू जी का खालसा फतेह वीर जी I think is very good and we will need really too much of study before we can add something to it. So not at this stage. Gurjeet has done a fabulous job there, so that's really good.